one of the most important things that he said to me was, your success will be based on doing what you do well, and everything else will fall into place. If you can just keep on focusing on the things that you do really well within the business, you will find that you'll be successful.
Hi everyone, and welcome to this episode of Omega 365 sit-down sessions, where we talk to members of the Omega team all over the world and hear what is happening in their businesses. And today we're very lucky to have a visitor from Australia here in Erlandsborg, our new General Manager, Emma Ireland. Welcome to Norway.
Thank you.
Welcome to Erlandsborg. And how's your stay been so far?
It's actually been incredible. I think we have managed to fit so much into a very short amount of time. We did a really long haul to get here, but woke up bright and early on Saturday morning and made our way up Prekastollen.
Yeah.
And we've just been go. So it's been really exciting to meet so many new faces and to put names or faces to names of people that we see on Teams all the time. So yeah, it's exciting.
It makes a big difference. So you said you flew in on Friday.
Yep.
And then we had a nice, slow, easy start with a hike to Prekastollen. That started
5.5 hours hike.
Yeah.
Yes.
Team jet lag, as we called you.
Yeah.
What did you think of it? What were you expecting, and how was that experience?
I had read a couple of reviews about going up the hill. None of them mentioned the sheer uphill to begin. But I think once we got through that initial hour of being directly going uphill, getting onto those big flat rocks was amazing. I don't get to hike very often anymore with my kids, so being free and up on a nice high point and seeing scenery that is just so different to home, that it was awesome. I think we travel a lot for work and we don't make the most of the places that we go to because we pack it full of meetings and we pack it full of very work focused things, and you get to that point where a hotel is a hotel, doesn't matter what part of the world you're in. So it was nice to do something that is so quintessentially Norwegian, and for the Stavanger region to be there and to do it and to tick that box to say, hey, I've done this.
We ticked that box big time. You could talk about Norway and Norwegianness. Is our Norwegianness as a company important to what you do all the way down in Australia, or how does that impact you?
I think there is something beautiful about the Norwegian culture and your work-life balance, and I think it's something that the global offices we could probably draw more from. There is something that is so refreshing about the Scandinavian culture, where you have this fantastic work-life balance, and it's something that we want to be able to draw down to our office. Seeing your Xbox in your office, we need one of those. Yeah, we definitely need one of those, and I think we are trying to go in that direction. All my most recent hires have been on flexible working arrangements. So we've had people mums in particular, that need to have school hours and need to be able to pick their children up from school. So we've looked to bring in people in part-time roles or in part-time work from home, part-time work in the office, so that we can be, I guess, an easier employer to stay with, because we fit your life and everything else that you want to do with your life.
Not too many years ago, you could count the number of employees in Australia on one hand, and that's probably about when you joined us.
So we went from, when I joined, I think I was employee number 8, and we're at 58 at the moment. So in about 4 years, we've added 50 to our ranks.
Amazing. And do we have enough people? Are you having the same recruitment issues that a lot of our other managers are finding in other parts of the world, finding the right people?
I think so. I think that the market has woken back up again after COVID, and there is a different demand. People want different things from their job now. Having been able to work from home for a very long time, I think a lot of people want to be able to have that freedom in their jobs. So as I mentioned, that's why we have gone to flexible working arrangements. We've looked to engage with people in a different way than your traditional come into the office and be here from 9 till 5, work Monday to Friday. We've looked to try and change that mindset within our business to be able to bring people in different ways and attract different staff. But we now have a team of 5 within recruitment and administration for the business.
Which happened really quickly.
Yeah, it has. Historically, that was my job. And now we've got this wonderful team of 5 people working there in that part of our business. And I think the nicest thing about it is watching the new things that they bring to the business and the new ideas, the new clients that they bring in, and that fresh perspective of how we attract more consultants to our business.
And we
as well.
feel that in Norway as well. I think especially your team in Australia, every time you hire somebody new, they're right on it and contacting everyone at HQ. Where do I find this? How can I? Have you ever thought about doing that? Is that a representative of your team's culture? Is it an Australian?
I think it's definitely our team's culture. I think we recognise that we're a global business and we want to take advantage of being a global business and draw from the knowledge that is present in so many other offices in our company. And I think we've just seen that when we get our new staff to, when we say, go and introduce yourself to Lauren and learn more about how we do our branding, go and introduce yourself to Vadim and talk to him about this concurrent engineering issue that you're having. We see that getting our team to reach out to people on their own bat, that they have, I suppose, more of a meaningful relationship with that person, where it's not just directed by us saying, hey, we'll go and get that information or that answer for you.
Is it okay if I?
We want to empower them to build those relationships by themselves and to go out and be able to seek help and solve some of their own problems on their own, but also just, get that excitement and that energy from feeling like you're part of something really big and you've got this awesome network behind you that's going to help.
And you're now a very important part of something that's getting very big. I know our previous general manager, Trevor Laffrey, and you had a brilliant partnership. How's it been taking over?
I think in the first month when he told us that that's what was going to happen, I kind of felt like my daughter when she wears my high heels and I'm slipping on these shoes and they are way too big, and I'm looking at the things that I know and the things that I didn't have as much knowledge on, going, oh my goodness, this is a huge undertaking to be able to get up to where Trev was. And one of the most important things that he said to me was, your success will be based on doing what you do well, and everything else will fall into place. If you can just keep on focusing on the things that you do really well within the business, you will find that you'll be successful. So he's always been very supportive.
What are the things that Emma does really well?
I come from an HR background. I come from a very people and culture and team focused background. Recruitment is where I started. So I think my emphasis is more on how we grow our team and how we grow our business sustainably, and how we are able to engage with our clients and have really strong relationships with them. I love going to visit our clients and having those face-to-face meetings with them and building something that makes us a partner to them and not just a supplier, not just someone that's going to sell you something off the shelf and install it and walk away. We want to be collaborative with them. We want to help them. We want to know their pain points and see where we can assist either with staff or with PIMS, but to build a relationship where they trust us and they want to engage with us and don't see us as being, the necessary evil to getting a system just installed that they will run by themselves. So I guess that will be my focus going forward, is how we start doing more QA, QC within our own internal business, checking in with our clients and also checking in with our staff. I want to be able to lift up my senior developers and give them options for different areas within the business that they can go into, more responsibility, different modules that they want to learn more about, more travel, getting everybody out to meet other people as well. So
really important. You're moving offices?
We are so excited to move offices. 5 years ago we were in a townhouse. It was a beautiful townhouse, but we're in a townhouse.
Yes.
And I remember when we did that move and we looked at our boardroom and we had 10 chairs in our boardroom, and Trevor and Andrew Wooding and I had stood in that room going, wow, what happens when we fill all of these seats? What happens when we outgrow this? What happens when we outgrow this office? And we have. 5 years down the track, we've outgrown it. So we're looking forward to moving to a much bigger office, and thrilled that your team have helped us come up with an awesome concept for what it's going to look
Norway design. Yeah.
And I think having elements that Houston office will have, that hopefully the Singapore office will pick up as well, that are obviously present in Haugesund as well. We want to have that continuous theme that runs through all of the Omega offices. So when we approach our global clients and they come to our office, they can see.
Yeah, they recognize us.
Yeah, there are things that look the same.
Having spent some time with you in Norway, I know that you all like to have a lot of fun, so I'm assuming there's advantage team building activities going on in Australia. Can you tell us about those?
When we first sort of cracked the staffing business, we wanted to do an advantage event, and we hadn't really done one with consulting staff before, and we decided to do a wine tour of the Swan Valley. And it was in the middle of the summer, and it was absolutely stunning. We sat underneath the jacaranda trees and started at 10 o'clock in the morning and went through a couple of different vineyards and had this beautiful lunch. And our consultants, most of whom are still with us today, talked about it forever.
Yeah.
And everyone knew Omega for this wonderful tour that we'd done. So this year, finally, after all of the COVID chaos, we've been able to have a winter wine tour, and it rained the entire day, but it was still fantastic. It was so nice. We got 32 of our consultants and internal staff out on the tour. And it was great. We had such a good time.
You've got a few more days in Norway. What's the most important thing? You head back down to Australia moving forward. What's your biggest challenge? What's the focus?
I think our biggest focus moving forward is we want to be able to be more consistent with how everybody else delivers PIMS, and we want to be able to start to bring some of the knowledge of 365 down. We're currently running our first project in Omega 365 in plans and activities. And I'm looking forward to being able to bring home some of the knowledge that we pick up from our sessions this week to help us use it more and develop some consistency with how we approach project implementation.
Yeah.
So it'll be exciting.
Very exciting times ahead.
Yeah.
But thanks so much
Definitely.
for taking the time out from your busy schedule
My
for
pleasure.
our sit-down session. Great to learn more about Omega 365 Australia.
Thank you.